Hey guys, Jerry here with Tiki 71. I just got a bill in for $426 worth of empty pots. I'll explain here in a minute. So here's the deal. Normally I do Tiki Tuesdays where we make tiki drinks, stuff like that. Last week of the month, I can't do it because I work late in the car business. But I do have a bunch of stuff to get ready for fall and for bringing the tropical plants back into the greenhouse. And so I thought I'd bring you along and show you some of the stuff that I've got coming up. Kind of give you an idea here of what I've got going on. I moved all of my palm trees, seedlings that I started back in January, over here by the greenhouse. I've got about 950 of them, plus I've got about 45 of the Jabea chilensis, and they need new pots. This is the current state of my windmill palm tree farm, Trachycarpus fortunei. I've got one that I rescued right here in this center deal, and it was looking really bad, but now it's starting to put on some new growth. But all along the greenhouse there, these are all windmill palm trees from one single mother plant here in western Arkansas. So ever since they've germinated, I potted them up into red solo cups, and then I put them under the oak tree. I've got a video on that right here where you can see how I do that. But one thing that I noticed is that when you put them under oak trees, acorns like to fall in there. And then squirrels like to get around them and hide the acorns. And then grass starts growing in them. So I had to go through every single one of these, pull out all the grass, knock out all the acorns. I did that on Sunday. And let me show you what I found with some of these. And so as I did my cleaning out and all of that, one thing I noticed is I've already got roots coming out of the bottom. Look at that. I harvested the seeds last November, December, hung the bracts out in my garage until January, and then I community sowed all of the seeds. In fact, I still got a little grass in there too. And then of course I did the potting up method like you saw in the link with the red solo cups went to the red solo cups after I ran out of these 2.5-inch liner size pots. But as you can see, it's absolutely time to get these things potted up. So the next step is to go to the 1-gallon pots. I got online and I actually ordered 1,000 of them because I've got 950, and I've got a few more that may germinate. I've also got some waggies and the Jabeas. So I've got those pots ordered. That's something that I've got to do next after I get all of my winter prep done. Let's go talk about that now. So earlier this week I got the greenhouse all cleared out. I had all kinds of stuff growing up in here. I just didn't mess with it because of the heat of the summertime. It just wasn't time to do that. Wait till the heat breaks in September and then come out and clean out your greenhouse. I got some shelving that I ordered and I've put together that is going to go into some of these areas. But mainly I just wanted it opened up and ready to receive whatever plants I want to bring in. I got a couple of theories or a couple of ways I'm going to tackle my banana trees. Last year I potted them all up, brought them all in, and they grew throughout the winter. I actually had banana trees hitting the roof last winter, which was kind of cool, and I got a great head start. This year I think I'm going to take about half of them and do the bag up newspaper method, where you just pull them out, wrap newspaper around them, put them in a bag, and store them in a cool, dry place above freezing. I'll probably do that for about half of them, and the other half I'll go ahead and put back in pots. That way I kind of hedge my bet there, if you will, just in case it doesn't turn out well doing the other. That kind of makes me nervous. A lot of people do it with great success. I've never done it, so I'm going to have a backup plan for that. But pretty much we've got this cleared out. I'm going to show you one thing over here real quick. I still have palm trees germinating. This is from seeds that have been in here since January, and they're still popping. This is probably going to be the last two. I may have, hang on, I got one more trying to stick his head out. I don't know how successful he's going to be, but looky there. And if that's the case, that gives me 953 windmill palms out of one harvest from one tree back in December. Not bad at all. Now, whether you're growing in a greenhouse or you're going to try to, there are ways you can actually take your garage and turn a portion of it into a grow room. You can use the the styrofoam board with the reflective like aluminum foil on one side to basically build yourself a room. But one thing you definitely need is good lighting. These are super cheap on Amazon. I get these for like under 20 bucks. These are a little more expensive. They're like full-size shop lights, but they're the full spectrum LED lights. The plants really responded well to that last year. You can buy 4 of these for around 120, 130 bucks off of Amazon. I'll put a link down below if you're interested. If you don't want to spend that kind of money, you can still go down to Walmart and buy some regular old plain LED shop lights. You're not far off from the cost for getting 4 of these with the full spectrum light, but I actually use those for my indoor little grow room that I had set up with the shelving and the Mylar blankets. You can do that too. Speaking of Mylar blankets, I did want to show you one thing I did on the north wall of my greenhouse. I actually I got some of that HVAC silver tape, and I taped Mylar blankets to the north side. It gives me one extra barrier, plus it gives me reflectivity. You can see how the light is actually bouncing off of that, coming off of that shop light, and it just throws it right back in, and it will help keep some of the it may not increase the R factor dramatically, but it's going to give you a little bit of a break from the cold. You know how it is in your house in the wintertime. If you draw back the curtain and put your hand there, it's much cooler. Same effect with the Mylar blankets here, plus I get the light bounce. Okay, so maybe I didn't clean all of the greenhouse. Yeah, don't look at that. One thing I did want to show you, that's a little pallet that I cut in half there for my garden tools. I just attached it to the side of my potting bench, but I do cheat a little bit. I do have a gas furnace in my greenhouse. I'm not going to tell you it's just all sunlight and escaping heat from the couple of barrels that I've got with water. I spent about 500 bucks on a furnace. I paid the plumber about 1,500 bucks to come out here and run a gas line. Well worth it for peace of mind, especially if you're going to grow tropicals that don't like being below 50 degrees. It's a good thing to have. It's an investment, but it'll pay me back, especially once I start selling palm trees, I hope. By the way, here are the Jubea chilensis. These are worth $1,000 a trunk foot one of these days. They're growing pretty good right there. And then over here, you can see I've got quite a few items that are in pots ready to go. I've got Heliconia rostrata and all this stuff. That'll be easy enough to just grab and either take into the house or into the greenhouse. Some of the other stuff is going to be a little bit different though. We're going to protect that with the winter protection barrel we just did a video on. I do have a couple of old ones right here from last year. I'm going to burlap them and get them ready to go. With these pups, I can actually take those off. I'll probably take the pups off and then pot those up in pots, maybe 7-gallon pots. And then the big one here, I'm probably going to dig it up and I'm going to wrap it in newspaper, clean off the roots, trim them up a little bit, wrap it in newspaper, put them in plastic bags, and then stick them over in the pool house. This little fella right here, he is not getting the barrel, obviously. This is a Washingtonia robusta or Mexican fan palm. I'm so happy with this thing this year. It's the first year I put it in the ground and it has just gone nuts. This one's going to get some special protection. I'm going to bring the fronds up when the time comes, but I'm going to get some of that insulation board like we talked about earlier, and I'm going to take it and HVAC tape and duct tape, and I'm just going to build a box out of it for it. Have the fronds put up, have the lights in there, maybe some heat cable, run it up with the thermocube that'll automatically come on, at 35 and shut off at 45. But this is going to get some special protection. It's just too doggone big for my barrels that I built, so we're gonna do a little something different. But you look how tall this thing is. It's just amazing. This is what it looked like back in March. Take a look at that. They love the fish fertilizer and the Miracle Grow. 1 scoop of Miracle Grow and 2 ounces of fish fertilizer to 2 gallons of water, and bam. Yeah, I know my plumeria here looks a little janky. We've had some wind, it's grown into the sun, but I do want to show you something that I've got here. That is a seed pod right there. That's going to make brand new plumeria seeds. Guys, that was like a 13-14 inch little stick back in December and January. between growing in the indoor grow room and then the greenhouse and then out here, they have been really, really happy. Hawaiian plumeria. Harlequin, or Fructosa harlequin variety right there. But I got to get all this stuff dug up too. Upright elephant ears. There's little Phil there, philodendron, and my Borneo giant. I've already got my sagos in pots, so they'll be easy enough to bring in, but I've got to dig up my crotons. That little windmill there has grown a lot since the winter. Kept it in the barrel on the cold nights, and it kept getting light and warmth, and it just it really enjoyed that over the winter time. My goldfish plant is still going like crazy. This thing has bloomed throughout the winter time in the greenhouse with light right under it, all the way through the spring and the summer and now into the fall. This Monstera was a little bitty thing last year, and it has really been happy too. We need to build a little deal so that it can climb up it. I've been telling Kiwi Kate it's time to do some cuttings and make some more. Yeah. Hiding way back in here, I've got ginger, I've got more Harlequin fructosa that's had a ton of shade all year. Crotons, you name it, more begonias. I've got so much stuff. I need to clear out the some of the vegetable beds, the tomatoes that are played out. These Romas are, yeah, they're done. Golly, I got so much stuff to do in so little time because I love this time of year. The weather is great. You wake up in the morning, it's crisp, it's comfortable throughout the day, the humidity is low, but you also know that winter's coming. And where we live, it's going to get cold and it's going to freeze, and if you want tropicals and you want to keep them alive, you better do something to protect them. It's a lot of money when you go out and buy them, and then, you know, if you can overwinter them, you're going to save a ton of money next spring. And so I gotta be ready for that. And yeah, $400 and something for pots. That's a lot of money. It is 1,000 pots. They are empty, but 42 cents a pop to get my palm trees potted up, because that is eventually going to be Jerry and Katie's retirement fund. We're going to help use that to be able to retire one of these days. We'll keep doing it every year, and we'll grow up some that are real big, we'll sell some that are small, and we'll try to supplement our retirement that way. So we're looking forward to that. And we want to thank you for stopping by today. I hope you enjoyed the little tour here, kind of give you an update on what we're doing. I will have a link down below. If you need some pots, I'll put the link down there in the description and you can get some too. And some other winterization stuff. This is not Colorado. It's not that kind of pot, folks. So just keep that in mind. It's Arkansas. Guys, thank you for watching. We appreciate it. Hit that like button, smash the subscribe. YouTube has actually been unsubscribing a whole lot of our former viewers, and I don't even know if they're showing them that we're back and making videos, but we are. We do appreciate it when you do that, and that really does help us out. And the more people that like something, share it and subscribe, YouTube algorithm loves that stuff, and that lets them show it to even more people, and then, you know, we can get more people to watch. So we do thank you for that. If you have any questions, let me know down below in the comments. I'll be down there checking them out, and we will see you next time.